Welcome to EU Tweets of the Week. This week, leading Maltese reporter slain, Ireland laughs in the face of a hurricane, and the Council suffers under Brexit strain. This week started with the shocking news of the brutal murder of Maltese journalist Daphne Caruana Galizia. Angus McKinnon reported that it was grim days in Malta. The shock felt by all who knew her was palpable, as huge crowds gathered for a spontaneous vigil in Sliema. Maltese Commissioner Carmen Vela called the act a cowardly attack on an individual and an assault on democracy. Jürgen Balzan agreed, saying the hideous crime was an attack on collective peace of mind, adding that rule of law is the exception in Malta. The Wall Street Journal's Lawrence Norman reported that the European Commission was asked if it would open a probe on that matter, but did not answer. In Brussels, Donald Tusk led a minute of silence at a press conference, and hundreds gathered to pay their condolences at the Residence Palace. Times of Malta online editor Herman Grech pointed out that 26 hours after the bomb and the Malta Police Commissioner was still nowhere to be seen. By Thursday lunchtime, MEP Roberta Metsola said he was still missing in action. Amazingly, he has not appeared once since the assassination. And while many of her MEP colleagues also paid their respects, the most incisive and moving comments came from Daphne's son, himself a prize-winning journalist. Hurricane Orphelia's trail of destruction left 3 dead, €800 million worth of damage, and hundreds of thousands without power and water. So it's no laughing matter. But that didn't stop the Irish. Dylan McCoy thinks it says more about Ireland that we can't even be bothered to learn how to spell Orphelia. Star Trek Ireland warned people not to go flying. Jamie Hogan reported a trampoline from Cork has just landed in Dublin and is already being rented out as a bedsit for €3,000 a month. Mallow News revealed the government spin. Orphelia is attracted by our competitive corporation tax and highly educated workforce. And Jack McFadden said the most important thing is that everybody gets a day off. And Scotland too got in on the act. James Melville claimed that a warning has been issued over the dangers of flying Greg's bags. And finally, it's yet another Council summit this week, with Brexit dominating the agenda. An OECD report said that Brexit could cost the UK $40 billion by 2019 and $400 billion by 2030 and could cripple the economy like the Blitz. But of course, the Brexiteers weren't convinced, describing it as scaremongering claptrap. Meanwhile, back in Brussels, leaders were not in their normal space egg building as it was evacuated over a noxious gas scare. I know, too many puns, so much metaphor. Leaders instead relocated to the Justus Lipsius building next door, causing Danny Kemp to think he was watching Summit reruns. Theresa May addressed the leaders over dinner that American EU dude reckoned was comprised of humble pie, sour grapes, trifle and white wine, followed by leeks. This week, we are supported by the European Advertising Standards Alliance, who are celebrating their 25th anniversary. Follow them on Twitter at AdvertisingEASA. And join me again next Friday for more of the same good, bad and ugly in the Brussels bubble Twitter sphere, and send in your suggestions using the hashtag EUTweets.